national and institutional capacity. So I am Marion Paulhac, I am the community manager of the EDCH, and I will be introducing today's session. Have you seen my slide change? Because I know sometimes it doesn't work.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Some housekeeping rules before we start, so please keep yourself muted. There will be a time for a question and a more interactive discussion after the presentations. So as you've seen, this webinar is being recorded, and you can ask your question in the chat, and also use, if you prefer, you can just raise your hand at the end and speak, and not speak, but ask your question directly. Okay, so what will be our topic today? So first, in order for you to have a good overview of what is the EDCH Training Platform, I will briefly introduce you to the EDCH, and then hand over to Milica, who will present you the training platform in itself. Then I will very briefly conclude with the forum, and then we'll have some exchange with the breakout session and the feedback and conclusion at the end. So what is the EDCH and why it matters? So the EDCH, if you don't know, European Diamond Capacity Hub, is a collective that aims to support and strengthen capacity centers. That is to say, every publisher, service providers, or any infrastructure that enable open access journals or books to create scholarly output. And we support them by giving them three main things, as you can see. The first one being coordination. We help them exchange information, align practices, or share resources. And the second one being tools and services, and I will dive into that in my next slides. And third thing that we offer is sustainability. We help them think about how to transition to Diamond OA. And the EDCH exists thanks to the Diamond project and also the Craftwave project, which have built the component of the EDCH. And the EDCH is being fiscally hosted by operas. So for who it is? The EDCH is mainly for publishers, service providers, and tools and technology providers. That is to say, everyone that works for Diamond Way and is either located in or affiliated with a country that is part of the European Research Area or part of the Horizon Europe project. So it's very broad, as you can see. And what do we offer? So we have six main services. The first one being the Diamond Open Access Standard, self-assessment tool. So it's for quality alignment and self-assessment. And I think you might already know it because I think one of the previous Diamond conversation series was about the Diamond Open Access Standard. Another of our services is the Diamond Discovery Hubs that will be coming will be coming very soon, and it is an authoritative list of Diamond Way journals that meet someone I think is not muted. Yeah, that meet our Diamond criteria. So third services is publishing tools, which are digital resources and mainly OGS plugins. For once is a registry and forum. So the registry is a registry, a directory of Diamond OA organization that can allow you to highlight your work and how you are working for Diamond OA, and the forum that I will present you after Milica talk about the training platform. Third one are our resources and guidelines, which are a living tool suite bringing together article and description of best practice and how to transition to Diamond OA. And the next one is the training platform and the one we are here for today. And I will now let Milica take over. Milica, I stop my...
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
Let me go to the slide mode. Okay. So I will guide you through the training platform. It's a very, this will be a very practically oriented presentation. During our last series events, we talked about the other services. So you remember, if you participated, that we talked about the Diamond Open Access Standard, and we talked about the guidelines and the tool suite that are now available on this integrated platform. And the training platform and the materials that you can find there build upon those results and upon this work. So what it is. as you could see, the EDCH portal actually is a gateway towards different services. So this is one of the services, and it's built on the Moodle platform. It's built in the open source software, and it's a typical learning management system that is adjusted to the needs of training for Diamond Open Access stakeholders. The platform is primarily intended for publishers and editors, but other stakeholders are also welcome to use it. Trainers and librarians, for example, can also use it for their needs. But it's meant primarily for those two groups, and it answers some of the questions that are important for those two groups of stakeholders.
So when you say your PowerPoint, your slides.
I'm not. Can you see
okay.
the second slide?
No, you're not. We're not seeing anything. You didn't share your screen.
Oh. Says stop share. I stop sharing.
I could see your slides,
Yeah.
Milica.
Oh, I couldn't, sorry.
Can you see it now?
Maybe a problem from my side.
Yeah, okay. It's okay, it's okay now.
Yes,
for me,
yes,
it's
it's
okay.
fine.
Yeah, okay. Sorry for this. So it hosts learning materials of different types and formats, and you will be able to see it later when I do a sort of a demo. They are hosted on the platform. They are organized into different topics, and the access to those courses is free to everyone, so everyone can register. The process is very easy, doesn't require a specific approval, so you are practically automatically approved. You don't have to wait for a day or two for somebody to see your application. And what is the most important, these materials are reusable, and they are all published under the Creative Commons license, and you will see later they are published in editable formats so that you can reuse them and adapt them and even translate them, because they are in English only at the moment. And the idea is to make those translations quite easy. So it's very important to explain why we ventured into creating this training platform that is specifically intended for Diamond Open Access journals. All of us who worked with Diamond Open Access journals know that they usually rely on the guidance and the materials and training that is provided by commercial publishers for journals, for editors, etc. And these materials and this kind of training is not really suited to the needs of Diamond Open Access journals. And that's why Diamond Open Access journals sometimes have the practices that are not fully aligned with the Diamond Open Access principles. And that's one of the main reasons why we found it necessary to create a place where the materials that are fully aligned with the Diamond Open Access standard, also developed within the Diamas project, where this kind of materials will be available. And of course, this effort is not ending with this specific project. It will continue within the EDCH. So this is a dedicated platform. It's not just an additional resource for journal publishing in general. It is specifically intended for Diamond Open Access publishing, and it's fully aligned with the Diamond Open Access principles. What can you find there? The focus is on journals, so we didn't focus on books, so books are not covered. And in other resources, for example, in the toolset, you can find some mentions of books, but these resources are focused fully on journals. There are 14 courses that are very complex. Some of them have multiple types of resources included. Some are simpler, but there are those 14 courses. And our colleagues from the University of Marseille, they calculated that those courses altogether take about 9 hours to complete all of them. And they form a learning path. So you can start from the beginning and take it as a learning path, course after course, but you can also do all those courses at random as you like it individually. So for example, you might be more familiar with one topic and you don't need additional training, but you're more interested in the other topic and you can just take this course. They are fully independent in terms of content. It's not like that you won't be able to follow a course if you don't take the other courses, but of course, it's always recommended to see them all. There are different resource types. So you have interactive presentations, slides, quizzes. You have infographics, you have self-reflection sheets. I will show you a couple of them later. And as I already mentioned, it's based on the Diamond Open Access standard and the tool suite and guidelines. So those materials were actually the basis for development, for content development. We didn't expand them more into like technical guidelines, etc. We just stuck to those resources and the framework they provide. So those courses are mostly generic. You won't find, like, for example, any instructions how to install OJS or Janeway or something like this. You will find links to those other resources, but basically these are generic, and they are, if we are talking about platforms, we are talking about like platforms in general, about metadata in general, not metadata in a specific platform. And on the right, you can see they're divided into some categories. There are 6 categories. Those categories don't strictly follow the 7 core components of the Diamond Open Access standard, but they're not much like different from those. So how do you find Marion has already explained this. So you go to this URL, go to the EDCH portal, and then you go to services, and this is how you need to scroll down a bit, and then you will find a training platform, and you will have a link to access it. I will now switch from my presentation. I would like to make a kind of a demo. I think it's more useful when you see it live and show you the registration process. Basically, when you go to the platform now, I clicked the link, and this is the home page of the platform, and you can see the login button in the top right corner. So you can either create a new account. So if you want to register, you just create a new account, and then you get an email that you are approved, an approved user, and you can log in. Now I already have an account, and I just log in. Okay, so now I'm logged in, I'm a registered user, and I can see everything that is on the platform. I can see the courses, and I can enroll in the courses. So you can see these are the courses. You have short descriptions and show more buttons when you do mouse over. And there are 14 courses, and those 2 are presentations of the EDCH platform in French and English. And there is a recording from one of the promotional webinars. So basically, you can, of course, have a look at those, but 14 courses are related to the Diamond Open Access standard and best practices into publishing. If you want to enroll into a course, you just go to show more, and then you get to the landing page of the course. And I'm already enrolled, so I can go to the course. If I'm not enrolled, I'll try to find a course that I haven't but I think that I saw all of them. You will have an enroll button here, and then you will click this enroll button. You come to this page, and then you go to the course. So there are 2 steps. Don't be confused. You have a menu on the left that actually helps you navigate through the course. You can also scroll down, and there is a brief description of the course. You have the time is provided for each course, the duration. And then each course has some standard elements. You will have all of these in the presentation. So just as a reminder, there is a glossary at the beginning. This glossary was created during the Diamind project, and this glossary explains some key terms that are used in the course. So those are usually the terms that are specific to the topic, and these are usually the terms that we didn't expect you to just be familiar with. So some users may not be familiar with those. That's why they are explained, and usually some links for further information are also provided. Then you have the main block that contains training materials. And as you can see here, those training materials can be quite diverse. So in some courses, you will have just one thing. In the other courses, you will have more. And now it's a good opportunity to show you those different formats. So for example, this is an interactive course. This is a slide presentation that has 12 slides and it's interactive. You can click, you can use these buttons to, and then you have like different activities. So you can have, in some of them, you have some questions that you need to answer. So here you have flipping cards that you have a statement on the front, and then you have an explanation on the back, and then you can proceed through this. So this is one of the formats. And then when you finish this, you can mark it as done. This is a standard Moodle platform, and standard Moodle commands are there. Then there is a different format that we used in several courses. This is a self-reflection guide. And this self-reflection guide can take different formats also. So in some courses, it's a PDF that you can download and you can answer some questions. In some courses, it's more interactive, it's more interesting. So it's a document. This is a document format. We use the H5P format for many of those courses, and also PDF and images, but H5P are those interactive things. And in this document format, you read the introduction, and when you proceed, you have an opportunity to, you have some statements, some explanations, and then you can write your own text. And this is very good if it's a new topic. For example, in the course about visibility and marketing, you also have this tool. So EDIB is also quite a new topic where you need to understand some stuff and do some planning. So it's very good because it pushes you to reflect on those topics. And then when you finish reflecting, you can download this as a document. So for example, if you're planning to include like gender diversity in an institutional publishing strategy, this is a good way to start thinking about this, and then you can download it and reuse some of your thoughts in the strategy. So we thought that it would be interesting and, you know, thought-provoking for users to have this kind of activity. And also there are more there is also another one for multilingualism and for accessibility. In some courses you have I'll try to show you this. You have like different visual guides that are in the PDF format. For example, in this course about metadata, you have the interactive course, like an interactive book, and you have those explanations that are not really suitable. They are not like, you cannot really enlarge them here, but those visual guides are here provided in a different downloadable format. So for example, we thought this would be useful for users to download and to, for example, see what should be placed on a landing page of a journal, what kind of information with some explanations. So that's basically about this. So each course, after you finish those training activities, then you have share your feedback block, where we expect you to complete a questionnaire. It's a very short questionnaire, but those questions, your responses are very useful for us because we plan to continue developing this platform. And then after that, you have the Explore Further block with some related resources and related courses. And those courses are related based on some keywords that are used. This is not the one that I wanted to show, but each course, when you come to a landing page, for example, I'll show you, has like those tags. So you can, for example, use those tags to filter the courses that have. So we have one that mentions this term, but in some cases you have more courses that mention a specific tag, a specific term. So navigation is quite easy, and for all of you who use Moodle, wouldn't be difficult to handle it. Now I will show you, so I guided you through those sections and courses and different stuff. So you have all of this in the presentation. I will show you more about those different formats So there is a deliverable that's published, and there is a link later in the course. So you can see how complex they are. This is an overview. On the right, you can see an overview of different formats that are used within the same course. These courses are a result of very complex collaboration among the authors of tool suite and guidelines texts, different experts, and learning designers. And this was like a very interesting, the process of creating those resources was very interesting. And we also had reviewers that were independent and who tried to assess the usability of those courses, the clarity of explanations, etc. And this feedback was taken into consideration. The important thing is that you can reuse those training materials. And I will now explain how you can do this. The course text is published in this deliverable, so it's published on Zenodo. So you can use, for example, the text and create your own resources, adapt the text, translate it, whatever, and design differently, completely differently, those resources. But also, we published the H5P files. So those files, if you can download them from this same URL, from this deliverable, and those files, you cannot really open them on your computer if you don't have a specific software. But for example, if you don't want to change them, if you like them as they are, you can upload them to your Moodle platform or any other platform. They're in English and it's quite okay. But you can also change those materials. You can translate them. And to do this, you need an app or a different app. There are different applications that are used for editing those editing and creating H5P files. And here I'm recommending one because it's free. So this is Lumi Cloud, and also there is a desktop editor that is fully free. So Lumi Cloud is offered on a freemium basis. So you have a free plan, and you also have a paid plan. And free plan is just okay if you want to do some changes to these courses. I tried to open the desktop version, and it couldn't open these specific files from this project. So there are some bugs in this. It's like work in progress. So you can use this cloud-based version. And on the right, you can see how it looks. So you just register it's for the free plan. And then you download an H5P from Zenodo, upload it there to the platform, and then you have different options. You can edit whatever you like. You can even edit the design if you wish. So, for example, what is important, after you edit those files, the platform allows you not only to download it as an H5P file, but you can also use this free Lumi Cloud plan to convert the materials into a SCORM package or an HTML package. So it's very convenient. If you would like to, for example, translate a course, so you don't want it in English, there are two things that you need to do. One is to translate the content. So you click the edit button on the previous slide, and then you get this box where you can edit anything. You can write your own text. So basically you can translate this text and just paste it here if you don't want to change the design. And the other thing is to translate buttons and messages. And in order to do this, you just need to scroll down a bit, and you will get this option, text overrides and translations. And there you will be able to translate those commands and messages. Messages are those statements that you get when you're using the interface, actually, on messages. So that's one of the examples how you can easily and actually without any additional investment in software edit those materials if you want to use them, for example, on your website, on your training platform, if you're a university, or for example, if you're a national capacity center, you can, for example, create a project to adjust those materials. That's all from me. So I will now hand over to Marion to tell us something about the forum before we go to Q&A. Thank
Thank you, Lisa. I will share again my screen. Hopla. Here. Okay, so thank you, Melissa, for presenting the EDCH training platform. And very briefly, I will talk about the EDCH forum because I think it's a good place to continue the discussion you are going to have with the EDCH training platform. It's a collaborative space for everyone that is involved in the European Diamond OA. It's a forum that is built on Discourse, and Discourse is a very user-friendly and open tool, so it's very easy to manage and to get into. And the forum is really designed for you to help you connect, to help you share knowledge, to help you tackle practical challenges together. It's really here for you, so there is no wrong question to ask on it. The question you can, or the questions that you can have can be either, I mean, technical, it can be about HTML or XML, or it can be very strategic or broad, like how do I sustain Diamond Way in my country or in my program? I mean, it's really the place for you, so it's up to you to use it as you want it to be. So to join the forum, you can go to forum.dimas.org, and as you will see, it's open to read for everyone. But in order to post, you need to have an account. So here you have the front, the main page of the forum, how it looks like, and as you can see here, you have a sign up button. So in order to sign up, you just click on it, and then you will need to fill out a very simple form. But we will ask you two questions. Either if you are a member of a registered organization of the EDCH registry, and if you are not, to specify and to briefly specify what is your involvement in Diamond Way, in the European Diamond Way. Really, we don't ask for you to to write a lot. It can really be just a small sentence expliciting what you are doing, and it doesn't need to be long. Just we only need clear information for you in order to help us approve your account very quickly. And once you're in, what you will find are categories that you can see here that are based on the Diamond Open Access standard. And that's why I'm saying that it's a very good continuation to the training platform, because as you can see, it's built and structured in the same way. So if you have a question regarding, for example, visibility, well, it will be here, visibility communication, in the same place and the same structure, the same way as a training platform. You also find topic and posts that you can here see on the main page, the latest topics. When you are logging here, you will have a create button, create a topic, so you can go through all our existing topic and post. We have over 100 topics right now, and this is really your way of sharing your experience, of asking questions, good practice. Or if you don't find what you're looking for, just create one. Another feature that can be interesting for you is here, the upcoming events button. It's a feature that allows you to see every upcoming workshop, webinar, or conference that are happening. It's a very collaborative space, so this event exists and appear on the upcoming event feature if you create a post and create an event. This is explained on the forum on how to do it. And if you don't see your own event, you can create a post and create an event and add your own event. And that way you can promote it to the whole community. We also have tools like tags, private messaging, or the bell features that allow you to follow a category or discussion and to be notified every time a new post is being made in the category that you like. For example, if you want to know more about funding and sustainability, you can follow this specific category and you will have an email every time someone posts on it. If you want to know more, there is a video presentation that was made. I've put you here the small video. It's a 1 hour long video, but it's because there is a 20-minute presentation of the forum and a 20-minute presentation of the registry. So I really advise you to go and watch it, because you'll find everything that I'm telling you here, but in way more explained. It's way more explained. And you can find the video on the forum directly or on the EDCH YouTube channels. And like I said, the EDCH is for and by the community. So it's for the community because you benefit from the services and tools, but by the community because everything is collaborative and we really want your feedback and you to contribute to it. And thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation. And now we can go to Q&A session. So if you have any question for Melissa regarding the training platform, or if you want to know more for EDCH services, please ask them, put them on the chat, or raise your hand directly if you want to talk.
If you don't have questions or until you have questions, may I ask whether you have already tried to use the platform? How many of you have registered and had a look at the courses? Or this is the first time you're hearing about this? Okay, Judita says she's just registered on the training platform, waiting for the confirmation email. Okay. Yes, those of you who have already registered can share their thoughts with us. If we don't have questions, we will now go to breakouts. So it doesn't really matter whether you try to use it or not. We will try to have some discussion about the platform if you have already seen it, or about the needs if you haven't seen it. So we will have three breakout rooms. Okay, and then it's very simple. We will share the moderators. There will be 3 moderators. We will share some documents with you where you can write whatever you want, your thoughts, or we can write. And we will have a discussion, and then we will get back to the main room and have a kind of a summary of these discussions. Breakouts won't be recorded, but we will record the feedback from the breakouts. So now I will just pause recording.
Thank you. Maybe I'll start with the first one. We had an interesting discussion. Thanks everyone, and thanks Sophie for helping moderating. So immediate feedback on the gaps, that it would be useful to have some training materials on how Diamind Open Access journals could communicate better to the outside world using plain languages. So something around marketing and communication. And we do have a course on that, but maybe we can expand even more on practical advice. Well, that was one suggestion. Another suggestion that if you go to a training platform now, you see 9 hours, 14 courses, and as a journal editor who is also tasked with teaching, research, maybe other duties, then it might look a little bit off-putting, that it's just too much time and effort, and maybe a little bit better guidance could be presented, what exactly the course includes and what will an editor get out of it would be useful. Plus, those who will be recommending those courses, they'll probably go through the courses and then they would produce some highlights. It's like if you only have 3 hours, then make sure that you start with these 3 major courses. And then if you have more time, then you can take the rest. So some kind of guidance would be useful, and that's something that would be done on institutional and national level. That's probably it. We also discussed that if you make modifications for those courses, if you make your own versions, if you remember telling us that you did so and include the link, maybe we could also have a look at your version and make it available on the platform if you agree, because that could enrich our materials. Maybe we'll revise our materials accordingly. That's maybe a request for everyone who will be reusing. And I guess that's all from our group. Maybe to the second group.
Yeah, I will report for the second group. Thank you, Irina. So we also had a very interesting conversation. I think mostly talk about what was missing and the gap on the platform. And the first thing that we talk about was the translation and how the language barrier can be a limit for people who doesn't speak English. So the fact that we should aim to translate our courses. What is missing also is a course about the workflow, like publishing workflow, how to create an accessible EPUB or HTML or PDF document in this format. And what one of the participants also was looking for example, was how we had our training structure in order to replicate and do the same thing in its own country and on training platform or Moodle. And so what can be interesting is to know how they can reuse the resources, especially with everything that Melissa presented with the H5P file. Now you can use it on Lumi to edit them and translate and so on. And everything is really interesting, but there is no course or no clear instruction on template on the training platform about how to do it. So it should be something we should aim for in order for these resources to be reused, to actually have like a video or workflow about how to do it. Also, one of the points that we talk about was whether some course, for example, should be mandatory, and if we should know more about the profile of each user. It can be interesting. And another challenge that we foresee in using the platform was to get people to use them, because as we know, people don't really have time. So one of the ideas that can be considered is to make like a condensed version of the course in order for people to have like a small idea of what it will be like. And we have like already some kind of this in each course. You have a little paragraph at the beginning that say what you are going to learn about, but maybe have something a little, I mean, intermediate between the whole course and this small paragraph. And I think that's it. One last thing that we talk about, as we talk a lot about the translation and the language barrier, is to use AI to translate. And we talk about Mondacus and WebLate also that I didn't know about, so it can be interesting for you. And that's all from my side. And now room number 3.
Room number 3, Johan was moderating the first part, and that was a round of introduction, and then we switched to the questions. And during this round of introductions, we could hear, for example, that the legal issues, that's an interesting topic. So we have a course about this, and that's a major challenge for journals. We discussed the scope of the level and the scope of the courses provided. So this is a basic level. And we also mentioned that Craft OA will be having some materials. They will probably not be the courses, but they will cover the same issue in more technical terms. We got some very interesting feedback about the functionalities, although most of the people have just started using the platform, so they didn't really explore it in detail. But we got several good pieces of advice that could immediately be discussed with the team who created the platform. So one was like the idea of having a more personalized first page upon logging in, with the courses, with the progress made with the courses, because now everybody has the same like first page, a listing of the courses, and they may not be aware of, they may not have a clear overview of those courses that they have already completed. The other was related to content, adding AI as a topic, because this is like a huge challenge, and having in the future a course about this additional topic. In Norway, they will probably be recommending those courses to their editors, to trainers, and this idea about having courses that are dedicated to editors was praised as a good idea. And also we discussed there was a suggestion to enable the integration of translated courses into the EDCH platform. So this is something that will be discussed within the EDCH task force that will deal with training. they are developing a workflow, and in the future we will probably have a clear workflow for the onboarding of new additional courses and those translation. That's about it. So now we really have some very specific pieces of advice that we can pass to the team at the University of Marseille. So thank you all for, I think that we had three really interesting breakouts, and thank you all for your participation in this course. If you have any further questions, we can still answer some questions or comments. Yes, one thing I forgot. There was a suggestion to question whether we plan to organize a webinar on the same topic within a year to discuss more specifically when people start using it. And the answer to this question is join the forum, and you can suggest on the forum. We can have additional webinars whenever you like. So just make suggestions on the forum and join the discussion. Also for these accessible PDFs, some discussion is already going on the forum. So if you join, you can see the discussion there, and you can see some tools recommended. So it's like the invitation to join the forum and continue our discussion there, because the ANAS project will end on the 31st of August. And if you want to keep in touch with us, and many of you participated in multiple webinars in our series, the forum is the right place to do this. And thank you for your involvement and for your contribution.
Thank you, Milica and Marion, and everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day also. Bye.